We've just heard today in Proverbs that happy are those who find wisdom and gain understanding. My personal experience supports that education is one pathway to this happiness, and it's led me to desire that others experience being in close learning communities. In 2010, I heard about the head-to-head school from Lisa Brown and her Aunt Carol, who had just been to Haiti to visit the school. During the past 10 years, my interest in the school has increased, and I realized this is in keeping with previous school experiences. Beginning in college, it was driven home to me that parents really value education for their children. A group of Black parents in rural James City County, Virginia, sent their little 4 and 5-year-olds off with this group of white college students they didn't know for tutoring every week, just because we said we'd help prepare their children for public school. I realized that even then I was trying to lean into the baptismal promise to seek and serve Christ in all persons and love my neighbors as myself. And this continued all through my work life, even when I was principal of an elementary school, which had the typical diverse public school population, but also had one of the highest numbers of non-native speaking children in New Hampshire. My involvement with head-to-head grew out of my need to continue to have experiences with parents and children even after I retired. I am going to share now some pictures of the school, beginning with the way the school looked when it started in 1999. Hope can see this. Gene Lubin is the founder of the school. He left Haiti, came to the United States, but was determined to start a free school in his village. And he gathered the parents to them, would you like a school for your children? And just like those parents back in my college days, the parents said yes. And Mr. Lubin saved about $1,500. And in 1999, the school started under tarpaulins in the village. And I am just in awe of this man's audacity and determination and the love of these parents who wanted education for their children. My relationship with Mr. Lubin has grown over the years through brief telephone calls. We pray for each other, and this has been very enriching for me. I pray for him as he works long hours in a nursing home and for the school, of course, and he prays for my 2 nieces who have multiple health problems. And praying with this very spiritual man has helped this longtime Episcopalian be able to pray more spontaneously without having to have a book of written prayers tucked under my arm. Bellevue is a mountainous area to the left, I'm looking at the map, to the west of Jacmel, which is a city on the southern coast of Haiti. It is an elementary school, has 1st through 6th grades, but children up to age 18 are accepted. There's a real desire to add a 7th grade as schooling ends for most children after grade 6. The teachers are incredibly committed. They are paid less than those in government schools. And they also take part in activities in the community. They do adult literacy classes. They have even planted a garden to help the villagers. This is the only free school in Bellevue, and because all the government schools, which are public schools, have tuition costs and costs for uniforms and materials. Lunches used to be cooked over an open fire, but now there's a kitchen area with a stove. And the school used to receive rice packets to help with feeding the children, but there's so much political unrest in Haiti right now that it's too dangerous to go to the distribution center. So the children receive lunches twice a week. They're provided. They cost $1 a piece, up from 95 cents. In about 2014, a pump was installed in the village. It's right next to the school, and that was a huge gain. Unfortunately, this past summer of 2020, the pump broke, and due to the pandemic and travel issues, it hasn't been fixed yet. So the villagers are back to collecting their water in large cisterns and walking 30 minutes to an hour to the nearest water source. The school opened in person in this past fall. It continues to be just an incredible bright spot in the village, and it survived earthquake, hurricane, and now this pandemic. A big dream for the school is to bring electricity through solar panels on the roof, which would require adding a 2nd story. And some of you are well aware that I'm not a very patient person, and this fall, in the grip of needing to do something immediately, I somewhat impulsively wrote a grant for some of the diocese United Nations Sustainability Development Goal money. And I was just thrilled that at my first attempt, they awarded the project $3,300. This is now in the church's account, with the anticipation that the remainder needed for the project will be found, be raised, and that construction can start. The project will require adding a high enough, and the entire project will cost about $18,500. I'm going to stop this now and just say that this Sunday and throughout the months of May and June, we will be praying for the Head-to-Head School as the recipients of our loose plate offering. Jean Lubin really trusts that prayer will result in continuing blessings for the school. And I am increasingly coming to believe that prayer really changes people's hearts. And that can result in incredible outcomes, both here at home and far away.